make a toy video. Why do you got the book Dune in front of you? Because I've been trying to power through this behemoth since the first movie came out a couple of years ago. Not the 1984 movie, but the Denis Villeneuve movie that came out. I was like, you know what? I watched the movie, then I went back and watched Dune 1984. Still didn't understand it, but for some weird reason I was obsessed with trying to get it all in my head and become a fan. And started reading the book, and now all of a sudden it all makes sense. I've immersed myself in it, and that's how much I got to. I read all the appendices and all that stuff, and that's how much I got left. Started this book, what, 3-4 years ago. I pick it up. I powered through the first 100 pages. Cool. And then I put it down. And then I didn't pick it up for months. Then I didn't pick it up for months. The last month and a half, I powered through 150 pages. We're going to finish this stuff because I finally broke down and bought an action figure, because it all ties back into action figures with me. I read the book, read the movies, just an excuse to buy the action figure. I found an LJN Stilgar, probably my favorite character from it, and the second best action figure in this toy line, because I can't afford a Sardaukar Warrior. They go for too much, because all you damn troop builders, for the 5 people collecting this stuff, you got them all. And it's an LJN. This is LJN Appreciation Month. I didn't know I was buying this much LJN stuff, or that into it. But look at this. This is this figure. It's pretty cool. A lot like the Indiana Jones figure. But guess what? They ain't even close to being the same size. I never knew this figure existed when I was a little kid, much like I never knew this figure existed when I was a little kid. This is like grown-up toy collector research stuff. You find out this weird things. Whenever the movie was on HBO back in the 80s, I'd flip past it because it looked weird and it looked boring. That and Krull. I still haven't watched Krull. I got around to watching the 84 movie from beginning to end. It's still weird, but I kind of like it. I like it a lot. I like the weirdness of that. I like the seriousness of the newer one. But I like something somewhere in between. But Stilgar, this isn't the Harvey R. Bardem version, who is my favorite character of all these, because he was funny, and he was the only like funny character. But I had to get, if I'm gonna get one, I'm getting Stilgar, and I think I only paid $20 for him. And there's a little mechanism. His LJN-ness, his mechanism doesn't work so good. Worked pretty good there, but now look, move his arm now. Indy works fine. And guess who else did it too? LJN messed around with a whole bunch of figure sizes, but they all did the same thing. Look at that, and look at that. And then we even got him. He had no action figure, feature. Also a great figure. LJN, great stuff. I ain't even talking about the wrestling figures. We'll get to that in the next video, but I want to talk about these figures. They're way bigger than I thought. You can tell why this was a failure, because it's not like you put them in your pocket, take them to school with you. If you're the one kid who watched this based on a book that was almost damn near impenetrable. Yeah, why do I have stuff like that? Because there's like a whole dictionary for Dune words in the back. Then you had to read up on their religion and their science and stuff like that. And I've made myself the last 2 weeks, like, you're going to read 10 pages a day. We're going to finish this because we want to finally read something else. I got a baseball book I haven't gotten to read in forever, and it's all about old-timey turn-of-the-century baseball. I'm going to go get that book. I bought this book forever ago, and I only read, what, a chapter. I was like, no, you're not going to read anything else till you finish this, and that is all, that is it. Where did I put Stilgar? Stilgar, he's still here. Get a really good close-up look at him. The sculpt on this is pretty cool. I mean, we all know LJN screwed up their video games, but their figures were like on point for like the 80s. These were great. I know Super 7, they came out with the little 3 by... And you know 3 3/4 inch figures are my jam. For some reason, Super 7 ones, the reaction figures, I don't love. I don't love them. I don't get like the retro feeling from it, the retro love. It doesn't give me like the feels. It doesn't do it. I don't know, something about their paint, because they paint the skin on the head and then they paint the hair on, and it just looks like all waxy and weird. But no, this is the way you did the figure back then. You had a piece of skin colored plastic, and then you painted the hair on top. Very good figure. Look at all that stuff. His still suit. You're gonna get a Dune figure, you gotta have a still suit. You still want the Sardaukar warrior. The other figures in the line, like Baron Harkonnen, that was one ugly ass figure. The figure of Sting, Rabin. Who else did they have? They had, of course, Paul Atreides. That figure looked stupid. I saw that one in person. I was like, nah, I don't want that one. But this one I picked up on eBay. The hype for the movie died down. The other one came out, I forgot when. Been so long, I've still been reading the book. I wish I could just download books into my brain instead of spending, 30 hours reading this stuff. I'm trying. I can't. I'm not a big reader. I could devour a rock biography, but a novel, even though at the end I feel like I've accomplished something, I read something, it was worthwhile, it's a slog. When I'm reading the book, I like to have the little figure around. It keeps me motivated, keeps me powerful. We're going to finish this book, because we kind of want to get to the later ones. Next book is kind of small. It's only like 300 pages. But then after that, later books, they turn into like, Dune, the Worm King or whatever like that. We're probably never going to get there. We'll just watch a YouTube video breaking it down. So the hype died down. I got them for only $20. When the first movie came out, all the figure prices rose up. They were like clearance the day they came out back in the day, and nobody wanted them for the past 40 years till the movie came out, and then people wanted them again for like 5 minutes, and then wait on them a little bit. Oh yeah, Mets, forget about it. Yeah. You know what? Walking around New York all season, beginning of the season, I'm wearing my blue Mets hat. People give me crap. The Yankees fans like to give you crap. It's like, it's not like a mean spiritedness. It's just like baseball fans, your team stinks. But now when I wear the black hat, I got the blue hat, I got the black hat. The black hat, nobody ever gave me crap because it was just a cool hat. This hat is fire. This is last season's hat. But the blue hat, people was like, you look like a baseball. You're too into it. What the blue Mets hat says about you is like, yes, I like baseball. I know about it. Like, black hat is kind of like fashionable. Same with the Yankee hat. I mean, you talk to people wearing a Yankee hat, they probably never even watched the game, couldn't name a player. Yankee hat is just like something fashionable, especially if somebody's wearing like a red one or a brown one or like whatever the hell color. You're in New York, you got to have one of the hats. They give them out at the DMV. This is the cool hat to wear if you don't want to catch no crap. The blue Mets hat, you're going to have to get into a conversation about baseball at least once a day. That's what I'm saying. So let's go Mets. Got my Stilgar figure, and I don't have any of his accessories. I don't care. For $20, and his arm's a little janky. I mean, they could have mentioned that in the eBay listing. What was this? This is probably Macari. Macari's always more sketchy. Yeah, it was Macari. Macari's like my new place where it's like, you better look at the pictures real good. I'll say that. I don't even remember the actor's name who did this. Not Javier Bardem. He blew it up. Whenever they talk, Stilgar talks in the book, or Baron Harkonnen talks in the book, or Fade Ralph talks in the book, then the book picks up. We're only 100 pages from the end. 104 to be exact. 104 pages to be exact. I can power through that. Once I know I'm near the end, I will finish the book. The LJN stuff, killer, 80's. I had a thought to mention in another video. I like making custom action figures. in the 80s, if there was Mad Max, it wouldn't be Kenner style, not like Super 7 stuff, no. I think LJN would have did it because of this. That's maybe custom action figure thought in my head. I don't know how to make little hinges like this to do the arm sideways. Of course I don't know how to do action feature. And I don't know if I can sculpt Mel Gibson's face, but I'm gonna try, and that might be one of my big new action figure sculpting projects. So that's still a long rambling video. We went everywhere. We went doing the book, we went the figures, we went LJN appreciation. We got another LJN video coming out. Thank you, like, share, subscribe, all that. Boom.